Yeah, you know we be keeping it real on Open Door Policy. I'm Jess.
And I'm Steph.
All right, so we have someone super dope in the studio today.
Looking fly.
Please say your name and what you create.
So, I go by Moss. My IG handle is Moss Forever. And I'm a designer here locally in San Diego. And so I created a brand called OGs. We're called OriginalGoodstock.
Cool.
Which is the name. OGs is what you're gonna see as we brand it out there. And I've been doing this for about I want to say about like 5-6 years. Well, I've been in fashion for 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
As far as like schooling or on your own, like what do you mean? Can you explain how you kind of like got into fashion?
Yes.
Yeah. So with fashion, I've been in the industry. So I didn't go to school for it, which is crazy.
Whoa.
That's dope.
Yeah, I didn't do it, but got into like the right groups and the right people.
Of course.
And they kind of picked me up from there. So my thing was, I went to San Diego State for business marketing. Didn't finish by the way.
It's okay.
But my boy did finish, and he graduated with business marketing, and then got into a gig with Last Kings. I don't know if you guys know who Last Kings is, Tyga. And became a photographer for them.
Okay.
And started doing photography for their streetwear line, and then got me to model for them. So I did that with him for a little bit, then got more into fashion and started
Through the modeling route.
Through the modeling route.
And being exposed to that world.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, exposed to a little bit for in that world, and started getting into like design, fashion, photos, and all that great stuff. And didn't really know too much, but got more interested in it, and then from there, did get into my own design and started thinking like, I can do this on my own.
You're like, I could do this by myself.
Yeah, so what made you come up with the concept, or were you just kind of like inspired to, I want to do this on my own, or what led you to creating your own brand, and how did that come about?
So, I mean, I've always been kind of like into shoes, fashion, and like, Supreme, Bape, and just into like branding and cool stuff, you know what I mean? Movies and so I was like, I want to make my own business, but really be like in the culture, like in it. So
got it.
Decided to just make a concept, and so OriginalGoodstock kind of came from. I created this eBay store and got into like old school Gucci, old school Louis Vuitton.
Okay.
That kind of aesthetic.
And there's a term that people use on there. It's called dead stock.
Okay.
And those who don't know what dead stock is something to where it's old school vintage and it's not sold anymore. And I was like, I like that term, I want to brand that. Like, what can I do to like make it my own? And so I was like, what about Goodstock? Let's play around with that. And kind of ran with it for a little bit, did my own little IG for it, and then made my own eBay store. And it kind of blew up a little bit from there.
So you were just making things and then selling it from home at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So I was kind of
And are you a one-man show at this time?
Yeah, I'm still a one-man show.
Wow.
Yeah, still a one-man show there. I was like, I believe I was 23 at the time.
Okay.
And I had a part-time job, but then doing that kind of got me getting extra revenue. So I was like, I'm making some money with this. Let's keep going. So got into that, and then people were started saying you should just make your own brand, like make your own clothing, because I would rock old school stuff that people used to have, that people are used to seeing, and every time I would go out with friends or go to downtown and clubs and all that stuff, they would say like, where'd you get that jacket, or where'd you get that hat? I'll buy that from you right now. I'm like,
what?
Yeah, and I'll be like, every time I'm like, really?
Yeah.
No, I'm like
too humble.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, really? Okay. But I would get that reaction like almost every other time. And so with that being said, I was like, dude, I think this is confirmation for me to like
do something.
Right. And so started doing that, and then what people don't understand too, and those who don't know, but after that, having the eBay store, I kind of shut it down for a little bit, got into my creativeness, and then got into doing a business for other brands to make clothing. And that's what got me into doing screen print. I started doing cutting and sewing.
Wow.
and so got into more custom stuff, stuff that people rock nowadays, like the long stuff and the zippers, right? And trying to find a route from there. And then it kind of evolved into, again, going back into the brand and rebranding it. So from Goodstock, I threw in something else in it to just kind of rebrand it a little bit.
Okay.
And official came into it. So I was like, okay, official Goodstock, that's cool.
Official Goodstock.
That's
rather
what it
than
was
just
first.
Goodstock.
Yeah, that's what it was actually second. And then I was like, that's too long. I'm not too big on like long names, and so I was like, dude, we need like a logo. You know, we need like something to wear, like a Nike swoosh or like the stripes for Adidas. We need something that's
quick
like
to identify.
simple,
Yes.
right? We need something simple and quick to identify. So I realized, okay, cool. Well, how about we? You know, it took me a long time to think, and I was like, dude, all right, okay, what do I see here? Cool, I see OGS, dope. I'm gonna see what I can do with that. And I was like, oh geez, well, cool, because like that's kind of where my persona was with original things. So I was like,
got it.
OGs is cool because it's like an oxymoron when it comes to clothing, because you don't really see that on clothing. When people see that, they're like, what is that, Old English, or what does that mean? You know what I mean?
Symbol.
Yeah, and it gives off like a vibe to where like I want to know more. Like, what is that? And so now we changed it from official to original Goodstock, which is what the branding is going toward anyways. So it's now what we are is an oxymoron. So OGs and apparel, and what we go with is welcome to the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
So-
that's on your IG.
Yeah.
That's like, oh shit.
So that's kind of what we're rolling
Like
with
original
now.
gangster.
Yeah, original gangster, but almost like a gimmick for clothing. Like,
Yeah.
and so we're really what I want to say is not ignorant with our stuff, but we're really like out there. We're really loud with what we put on our clothing, but it's so simple.
No, yeah. What's a lot on a lot of the shirts is God made you. Can you tell?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The quote you used, and where we just noticed it, and I was like, that's dope. Because it says dope at the end, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What's funny about that is like I use dope a lot.
Me too.
I know, right? As you can tell.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
During our
exactly.
interview.
And we all use it. And I was like, yeah, I want to put that on clothing too. So how do I do that? Well, I made this. It was crazy because before I came out with that whole collection, I would go to the coffee shops. I would go to North Park or the Stats, sit there for hours, and just like if I had my notebook, I would show you guys. I have pages of just like stuff, positive sayings and statements. And so I'm like, okay. Like, what am I gonna pick? Because I have a deadline to do. I have a product to push. I gotta make this happen now. So, I just picked that one, and I was like, yo, I'm running with it. And it's crazy because no one's ever created that statement. Like, it's not copyrighted. It's not anything like that.
And can you state it for us real quick?
Yeah. So God gave me power to achieve dopeness. It's
That's so cool.
It's a big summary, sum up in a few sentences, and. It can mean a lot of things to people. I get so many different reactions from people.
Really?
Yeah, I've gotten people to just stare. I got people taking photos of me at the club when I'm wearing it or something. They're like, let me see that. I'm like, oh.
No,
all right,
because
cool.
So you've
when
had
I
a lot of
saw
positive
it stopped me
Exactly.
too.
Okay.
No, yeah, it just gives you this feeling of like, I want to believe in myself too, and it makes you want to buy.
It's
that.
so empowering.
And it makes you want to represent what you're making, because like that's a really cool vibe to like give out and an energy to spread, which I loved about looking at the clothing and everything. That's what I thought it was really special and really cool.
Yes.
Thank you.
I like the realness too, and you give some aesthetic that makes you feel like the SD hat with the Tony Gwynn, like the rough, distressed.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that because it's like you feel the hard work some baseball player put into this cap within an original type of feeling. Although it has been done before, you give it rawness and you give it emotion with just looking at something.
Yeah.
So props to you.
Yo, thank you so
Yeah.
much. That's cool because
cool.
not too many people see that type of the vision behind that, and with that reaction and that detail that you guys giving me, that's almost what I was thinking when I was doing it. You know, when I do things, I feel like people get that same reaction when they see what I create. But just a little quick detail on the distress hat. So that's something I wanted to kind of do differently into the fashion game.
No, it's super cool. I've never seen anything like that before. I literally have never seen a hat like that. I guess to describe for people that are listening, it's like how your typical like
Dad
SD,
cap.
just SD hat, but there's like fringe and distress coming from like the D, and it's kind of overlapping over the S, if you can kind of imagine that. It just looks fucking sick.
And you feel the emotion. Like I said, like the baseball player went through this baseball cap, and it was just like, here is my hat that I've been wearing that I put so much hard work into.
Also, it's hard as a designer to take something that's so commonly used and made and make it into your own and make it look really unique in its own way, which I think was
you've done that,
cool.
so props to you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And it's crazy with that. That kind of disrupted, almost like when I dropped that design and started pushing it, it almost disrupted a little bit of what like the fashion was used to at the time.
Yeah.
Because I came out with that like about a year ago, and when I did it, like I kid you not, like so many people wanted it. Sales went up online.
Yeah.
Lids, brands like 47 started hitting me up on it. So it kind of got some attraction.
Yeah,
some attention from like the bigger companies. Like, what is this? What's going on with that? Like, what are you doing?
Because
like,
I've never seen it.
Yeah, and then it started attracting other people like Casey Veggie started hitting me up. I got DMs from like DJ Mustard.
So artists are hitting you up to have your items.
Exactly.
That's so sick.
And they're like the LA, because when I did the LA one, that one was just like kind of took off.
Of course.
And then now artists like Rob Stone's been connected with us, which is pretty cool. Shout out to Rob Stone. And other people locally just started getting into that, and so like that was my whole concept behind it. And now the brand's kind of taken a more detailed route as far as branding and what the image is and what we're doing. But overall, we're trying to just give a different type of image into streetwear.
Yeah.
And right now, what I want to tell everybody is that like, Original Goodstock, wants to be like the new black. We want to be like the new. I
love that.
The new black. You know what I mean? And that can be in, different things, but the colorway. So, and just introducing that to like a wide range of people, and that's why we're like, welcome to the game. Welcome to, welcome to this. I want to say.
So right now, are you guys just solely online? Do you guys ever do like pop-up shops, or like where can people find your clothing? Yeah,
so we're online. As you guys already know, we're big online. But you guys can also find us at South Bay Plaza Bonito Mall.
Cool.
We're at a store called it's going to be called Rerun. It's called Applause right now, but it's across from San Diego on the first floor. You can't miss it.
Sick.
We've been there before. We're there. We do really good there.
Cool.
We're also looking at different other spots locally to be put in. But we've done a lot of pop-ups.
Do you typically try and just go to like local events or street like markets, or like what do you?
Yeah, so we do. Well, I'm really. It depends on like the production behind it.
Yeah.
And I really want to put a good image out there and really support others. So. We'll do local events, or we'll do something to where it's a bigger cause, or just something cool to the fashion game that we'll be a part of.
Yeah.
Also, what's coming up is a night market. And the people who are throwing it are a brand called Paradise Hills.
Dope.
I don't know if you guys heard of it. It's from the South Bay area, and they're a group of individuals who started this company to where there's so many talent, and for those who don't know, South Bay, it's a big like Filipino.
Yeah, I'm from South Bay.
Yeah, oh, there you go. Like it's a perfect, it's a big Filipino community of a lot of talent of individuals who are just creatives, and so they decided to put something together to give back to that community. And I'm originally from there. I'm from the South Bay too.
What part?
I want to say Woodman.
Okay, cool.
So,
I'm from Chula Vista.
Oh, okay. You're around the corner.
Yeah.
You're in the same avenue. So that's what they're doing, and so I saw that and I was like, yo, dope. So they hit me up on they're doing this big night market.
Cool.
And like food vendors, one that's really known is Five and a Dime. They have like this cookie shop down there in downtown. They're gonna be sponsoring the event.
Okay.
Then a lot of other apparel brands and other food vendors, which is gonna be pretty cool. And it's my community. It's my own.
Yes.
My
that's
own
the best.
stomping grounds,
Yeah.
as you speak. So I'm excited to be a part of that.
When is that?
That is going to be November. I think Thanksgiving weekend. So
Okay.
November, I was saying toward the end of November.
Okay, cool.
And we're gonna be out there. I'm gonna do possibly gonna do something different, something new. Really branding OGs. So I might do a dope art installment on behalf of the brand. So you guys are more than welcome to come.
Yeah,
Everyone
watch out
who's
for
listening,
that.
come through. It's gonna be over there at the Penn Elementary Field.
Okay, cool. I know
So
that's that.
it's a big field, and everyone's gonna be out there. So that's one of the events that's coming up. Then we're doing a pop up before that on the 17th
Of November.
Of November.
Okay.
So November's gonna be busy.
Yeah, it is.
Super busy, like before the holidays. But we're gonna do a pop up in downtown at this barbershop called Debonair. It's right next to it's on Market Street. Can't miss it. And we're gonna be a part of. If those who don't know, there's another brand out here locally. It's called Rottweiler. He's a good buddy of mine. Shout out to Stilo. And artists like Rossi's gonna be out there. We're gonna have it's gonna be on behalf of this artist who's showcasing his new music. He goes by Mark Nazal. He's actually from the same area where I'm from, and when people hear his music, he sounds more so like an Asian John Legend. He's really cool. Really cool guy.
Love it.
Really cool artsy guy. We're doing a dope. We're gonna be doing that pop up with him, and then doing a collab on behalf of his new album.
Cool.
OGs is going to be contributing to a dope collab t-shirt on that night, which is only going to be exclusively for that night. And we've already, the design's not made up just yet, but we're getting good reviews on it. So people are
Good
pretty
luck
cool.
on that.
I love
Thank
you
you.
so
I love
much. I love what you stand for.
I'm so
I fucking love
excited.
your clothes. They're sick. You guys need to check this out.
Yes. And where can we find you? On social?
So on social media, you can find me on Instagram, which is Moss Forever is my personal, and then for the brand, it's going to be OriginalGoodstock on IG, and then Facebook, Moss Ortega is my Facebook, and then for the brand, it's again OriginalGoodstock on Facebook.
Nice. Thank you so much
Thank you
for
for
coming
coming.
in.
Dude,
You're a
thank you.
blessing.
Awesome.